Now, when it comes to looks maxing, obviously there are multiple different YouTubers, multiple different people are going to give you advice on it. And I'm not going to sit here and say, none of them work and stuff. But the point is, I see a lot of these videos, and there is a clear difference between certain pieces of advice that are very, very realistic and things that you can actually do that sounds like, okay, I can kind of do this sounds sensible, and things that sound absolutely ridiculous where 90% of the people listening to that are going, no, because there is a limit to everything, right? When you get to the point where you hear people telling you you need to change your bone structure. I don't want to go over every single point, but it's almost to the point where you're like, if looks matter that much to you, it's not your looks that's a problem, it's your mental health that's a problem. You should not be willing to do the amount of ridiculous stuff that these people tell you to do just to improve your looks. Majority of your looks is based off the couple points that I'm going to give you in this video. The point is, this video is going to be as basic, simple advice as possible. Advice and tips that's actually going to probably make up for 90% of the potential you can have with your looks. Obviously, that remaining 5%, I mean, maybe if you're a model, you may want to focus on it, but then it's literally ridiculous, how some tips that people give you. I listen to it, I'm like, why would you do that? It is just simply put, taking things too far. It's literally the equivalent to, let's say you want to build muscle, and just to build muscle, you start training in the gym for 10 hours a day. It's taking things too far. There is a limit where you got to look at things and be like, nah, that's that. I'm not. Yeah. So first tip, your hair. Now these are points that apply to a man. If you're a young guy, your hair plays a critical role. Now I'm not just saying if you're younger, literally if you're a guy at all. I know my hair does not look great right now, so do not take this as an example. But the point is, when you have a hairstyle that fits you well, it can make the absolute world of a difference. I'm not kidding when people tell you that for a man, hair is it's literally like a makeup for them. I know what I looked like a couple years back when I had, or even a few months back, when I used to have all the haircuts and whatnot, when my hair was super short. I know what kind of difference that makes to your entire look. You can go from looking good and people finding you attractive to looking like absolute trash, and all that depends on do you have the right hairstyle. It's as simple as that. Now I have a full video. I'm not going to go in detail to every single tip that I mentioned here. I'm not going to sit and tell you how to improve your hair, what kind of hairstyle is right for you. I have a whole literal full guide on it. I'll link the video in the description. You can go check that out. Every single, like, I'll mention it in detail, what you need to do to take care of your hair, for what kind of hair that you have. Is it curly hair, wavy hair, straight hair, what kind of products to use. Every single advice that's actually going to keep your hair healthy and looking good, the right haircut for your face shape, everything will be in that video. I'll link the video in the description. Make sure to check that out. I'm not telling you this for views, it's just that, yeah, if you look at my subscriber count, you can tell I'm not doing this for views. Just go click on the link and you'll probably get a lot of advice that's going to, if you implement it, I can promise you that it's going to improve your hairstyle. And whatever products, if I ever mention products in that, it's going to be very, very minimal, and I promise you those products are actually going to help you. It's not a matter of just spewing nonsense out there. It'll help you. Now number two is your physique. Now with your physique, I think it's it's pretty obvious. Like, it's the biggest difference it's going to make in terms of your looks max. Now most people who want to look better probably do not have a great physique. I'm not saying I have a great physique, but I know what my physique looked like 5 years ago, and it looks a hell of a lot better than that. And it can make a big difference. One thing you got to realize is your physique is not just, it literally transforms everything. Your face can completely change when your physique changes. I know, I have experienced that. There have been phases where, I think it was from 2019 to 2021, during the COVID time, a small example of what happened. That was when I significantly reduced a lot of weight. And then when I went back to school, people did not freaking recognize me until the teacher called up my name for attendance, and I raised my hand. They're like, oh, that's freaking you. I'm not making this up. That was it. And I could not believe it myself. You will quite literally, if you consistently maintain, do these tips, implement these tips, the 3 tips that I'm going to give you in this video for the next 1 year consistently. It's not even that hard. It's not like you have to spend a lot of money on it or anything. You pretty much have to spend no money on it, if at all, like very little. You will become unrecognizable. I'm not even joking. But your physique, obviously the main thing is you become lean, become muscular. You add muscle, become lean. Do that to your best of your ability. And again, I'm not going to go into the details of how to do that in this video. I will link that video in the description as well. I have multiple videos, how to lose weight, how to gain weight, build muscle, lose fat, the proper diet, the proper workout regime, everything, how to do your cardio, every single thing. I have a full guide on it. I'll link the video in the description. Go check it out. It will help you a ton. That is number two. Number three is your skin. It's natural that when you become a teenager, you're going to start experiencing imbalances in your skin. You're going to start developing pimples, acne, and stuff, and you're probably thinking, what the heck do I need to do? Some people will tell you it's about your diet. Some people will tell you once you go past the teenage phase, you'll be fine. Some people tell you, oh, it's the water that you're washing your face with, the products that you're using, and whatnot. But the point is, sometimes when you're in that age, regardless of what you do, you just have to get through that. You just have to get through that. And even though there is something I'm going to recommend, if you're at the age of 14, this may work for you, but then there's no guarantee that you're not going to get a pimple after you get rid of the pimple. It's something that you just have to get through, and as long as you're doing the best that you can to prevent it, that's all that matters. One product I will get. This is the simplest piece of advice I can give you in terms of your skin is I'm not going to go into your diet and stuff because I think it's pretty obvious that you need to have some sort of healthy diet. I'm not going to be ridiculous and tell you can't have any junk food because that's ridiculous. I don't think food plays as much of a role on your skin as some people say. Unless you're eating absolute trash 24/7, I don't think that should be a problem for you. One thing I will recommend is get rid of every single product that you are currently using, whatever face wash you're using, whatever freaking serum you're using. If you're using it and if you've been using it for a consistent period of time and you notice that your skin is getting no better, or if it's getting worse like it does for most people with these products, get rid of every single one of them. Do not use any one of them. Just wash your face with water, cold water or room temperature water. That is that, nothing else. And one product I will mention, one thing I will recommend is adafalene. Now, adafalene is literally it's a small cream. It's a retinoid that you can use every single night right before you go to bed. Apply a little bit. It's like a cream version. Just apply a little bit on the spots of your acne or your pimple, whatever. And I can guarantee you will see significant results in probably 3 to 4 weeks. This is not an exaggerated statement by any means because I didn't know much about this product until I suddenly had acne pop up on my face. I went to the freaking pharmacy. I asked them, give me something to sort out my acne. And this thing, in about a month, in about 2 months, it probably made all the major spots of acne. Because there's a difference between, one little pimple somewhere. Even I have, you can see a pimple, literally right under my nose. That is normal. There's a difference between that and, a bunch of spots coming up at one point in, one exact area. And that thing, it literally got rid of it in about 2 months. Nothing else worked. This worked. If I remember, I'll link the product in the description. If not, you can just go on Amazon, type it, or go into any pharmacy and you look for adafalene, you ask them, they will give it to you. And the best thing is, it lasts you a significant amount of time. I mean, you have to use very little every single night. Literally right before you go to bed. Wash your face with water, nothing else. Apply this on the spot you have acne, not too much, just a little bit. Go to bed in the morning, wash it off. As simple as that. You can probably use one small tube for about 3 to 4 months. It's a very affordable product. Use this. I mean, I'm not one to believe too much into products, but this is the one product that has significantly helped me. And every time, there are times when I decide to not use it and just go off of it. And sometimes, the pimples come back. I use this, it gets rid of it. And yeah, this is the one product I'll recommend. These three things: improve your hair, improve your physique, improve your skin. These are very, very simple stuff. I know most people will compliment it. I don't recommend you go onto YouTube and start searching how to lose weight, how to build muscle, because the truth is there are multiple different ways to do this. Even though the methods that I'll recommend you in the videos that I've linked in the description, those are the most simple. It's not going to give you necessarily, I'll give you a little insight into those videos, especially with your physique. It's not going to tell you need to do exactly this 4 days a week, you go to the gym, do this exact exercise. No, but it's going to fill you with enough knowledge to the point where you can do what you want and it will still work. That's the point of this, because there is multiple different ways you can get a better physique, get better hair. It's not a one-way fits all kind of a situation. It depends on your body, everything. Sometimes something can work for someone else, it's not going to work for you. You might have to experiment with it, but I'm going to give you the basic knowledge that you need to know in order to make the most out of it and make almost a routine for yourself that will actually work for you. So look at those videos, follow it for the next 1 year. I'm not going to sit and tell you do it for 2 weeks or 1 month and you're going to make the world of a difference. No, that's not enough time. But for your hair, your physique and your skin, all these three coming together and actually making you look completely different, 1 year is a decent amount of time. I promise you, if you consistently stick through these steps, you will become unrecognizable, and I'm not exaggerating that one bit.